Hey everybody, it's Matt here. I have a couple things for you today. First of all, we're going to unpack this Unwrapping case. It's a new case I got for my second board. Right now I have the Well-A-Day case and I've been using it for the first one, but I wanted to try out the second one. The community has been saying it's a bit better, and we'll find out. I'll do the comparison of the two, see which one I think is probably going to be better. Then I have an indie creator spotlight for you. This is a new game by John Bernhelm. It's called Pinboard, and it's an indie title that will be coming hopefully soon. So we'll go through that and do a quick overview of what it's like. And then finally, I'll do a demo of our Board Enthusiast home map for board. It is going to be your go-to one-stop onboard shop for everything Board Enthusiasts. It's going to have the game index on it so that you can browse and discover indie games and titles on there. And it's also going to have a couple helpful utilities for board on it, and it's all going to be right there on board. So it's going to be really great. We'll see what we do here. So let's first open up this Unwrapping case, see what we got. So packaging, this is basically the same packaging that came through with the Well-A-Day. It was just wrapped in, not a box, but just pure plastic, which I didn't find really problematic at all. I mean, it could have torn open or something, but so far both of these arrived just fine, with no damage or anything that I can tell. Something like this. So there's a nice strap, just like the other one. Nice side for now. So, the things that the community recommended about this one that are better is the more kind of deeper pocket that's actually made a little bit better for putting something deep in this. So it's actually made for like some audio equipment, like one of those big audio soundboards. So it looks like it's pretty similar. It has the straps. Let me show the Well-A-Day. So the Well-A-Day also has straps. My board's in here. We'll get the board out actually so I can put it in the other one. But you can see it's not really quite as deep. If I show this here. So it kind of tapers up here, so it's not deep all the way through. So it kind of wraps up that way. I guess maybe the top is a little bit right here, and it folds in. But this has 3 pockets, the 2 big ones on the front and then an inner pocket there. And so far it's worked pretty well for me. Let's try this one though. So this one seems to also have 3 pockets. It's got a really big pocket there in the front. Nice space there, so the idea is to put all of this stuff in there so I can carry it with me. It's got the second side pocket. Pretty good space there. This one, it's got the inner pocket here. That's actually, I'd say, a good bit more spacious than the pocket on the Well-A-Day, and a lot more room in there, honestly. So that's probably going to be quite a bit better for just storing all kinds of stuff. You know, as we get more and more piece sets, hopefully, you'll have more stuff that you're kind of carrying with you. So let's take a look, put the board in here. This piece here is interesting. I'm not really sure. I guess it's just some additional flat. Maybe one of the audio boards that is really like kind of built for has something that this would be useful for. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what we would use that for. So stick the board in there. Oh, that is a really nice fit, actually. So yeah, that's a nice deep fit, and you can see it's just about the right size. If anything, maybe a little too much room. I might get some additional padding or something there, but otherwise I think it's pretty good. Okay, this I don't like quite as much, I don't think. So on the Well-A-Day, there is a nice, really good Velcro strip right there, so that it's actually attaching on both sides like you would normally with good Velcro. This one, it looks like, does not have the extra Velcro. I'm gonna have to stop my cat from knocking over my camera here in a second. Get down. Get down. Alright. This does not have that extra Velcro though, strip. It's just on fabric. So over time, I can imagine that this is gonna start, tearing away at that fabric. So that is not a great feature. I might have to just modify this and sew some extra other side of the Velcro in so that one will hold better as well. You can tell it doesn't hold, you can hear it. It doesn't hold nearly as well. So that's definitely something I'll have to look at. This one, yeah, I'm curious about how well it'll hold. Obviously, we're zipping it up in here, so it's gonna be secure, but might want some additional padding or something in there to put on top of it. Of course, weight is definitely a thing. Board is not exactly super light to carry around, and lots of you maybe aren't carrying it around everywhere. But I've been going to different game stores, having game nights in other places, other friends' houses. So I've definitely enjoyed having something to carry this with. I'm actually just noticing now, Well-A-Day, it's got these nice little feet on it. So when I'm standing it up, it's gonna not hit hard on the ground. It's gonna have those paddings there. This does not have that. So yeah, there's no good padding on the bottom. So if I'm coming along, carrying it, setting it down, that might be hard. You know what? That's what that inner strip down there is for. The one I was saying is not for, or unsure of. Flip that up, and that's what it's going to be for, is the extra padding on the ground. I don't really need to demonstrate that. You guys saw it. There's a flip right here. Flip that up, and you can see on the ground. It's going to be the extra padding that you need. But I still would prefer feet. I really like these. Gives it a little more of a rugged feel. So that's going to be something I might look at. Pocket size, take a look at the difference. This one definitely wins. Huge pocket on this side. Nice size pocket on this side. Not nearly as big pockets with the Well-A-Day. And then that inner pocket, like I said, massive size and just on a flat aspect there. So shoving all these in here. Maybe just put like Strata as a big one in there, and maybe Onikos as that side. Shove a couple more in here, and then or maybe adapters in here. Open up this nice big pocket, and actually put all of those pieces in there potentially. Yeah, I'm liking that. Also, if you haven't seen, the packaging on these things is really nice. I haven't actually opened this up yet since I got it, because I have my other board pieces right now. But each individual piece is separately wrapped in there, so maybe a lot of use of plastic, not necessarily the best thing, but keeps them nice while they're in transport. Not that the packaging was bad for that or anything. There was no way this was going to get really hurt. Liking that. Looks like there's the buckle straps there to probably keep that nice and tight, and also keep this from potentially opening up, or if it does open up, your board won't fall out. That's nice. Typical straps for your hand, and then you've got your shoulder strap. Let's see this. Yeah, the shoulder strap it goes over and around on both sides. There's a little bit of, oh nice, okay, this one has one of those slots where you can put this down through your carry-on luggage, for example. If you've got your handle that you're picking up on your carry-on luggage, I love these things. So that is not, okay. Well-A-Day has it, but it's not nearly as firm. It's just this part of the strap. So better in that aspect. And then there's also just the tiniest little pouch here. So overall, interesting mix. I think I like the Idvivic better. I probably agree with most community members that I've talked to that have the cases. I think big features for me, welding, these feet, those straps I talked about, this, definitely, that sound, you need to hear that so that the fabric isn't going to break or wear down over time. So, really like that. Just a few features that I would change if I did it. Very nice. All right, let's talk about pinboard. So, let me turn up the volume here. You can hear that a little bit. There's got some nice ambient music to it. I like it. There's it's by John Burnhelm and Jeff Dodson did some of the audio. So, very nice open screen there, pretty simple. Tells you what pieces you need. So, the way that this pinboard works has all kinds of different modes. Point race, shield battle, build up, co-op, and single player. On most of these different modes you can have battle against AI. The single player is more just kind of you battling against yourself as far as I can tell. So, don't really need to worry about the settings. That's something you can explore yourself. So, let's see. We'll do just a point race. So, this is the main board. The idea is that it's kind of, if you've ever played a pinball thing, I had to actually ask about this because I had never played one. But there's pinball tables that you can do tournaments apparently, and they're kind of like this physically. So the ball's going up and up on the other side, and there's a little bit of a ramp that then, when it crosses that threshold, the ball's actually going down towards the other player. Super interesting. My friend Charles would know all about it. Combo Chuck on YouTube. If you want to check him out, he does all kinds of cool pinball stuff. I'm sure he would know all about that. So, nice, one update they did is some visual indicators to help you kind of grasp that concept. So the table you can see tilts in just slightly with the visuals to help you understand that. So, you can swap players from a physical player to a CPU. So I could go fight against the CPU here. Your board arcade ship pieces are your paddles. So you can use your paddles with flipping motions. You can push them both up to do a table tilt or shake. I think there's a certain term for that Charles would again know that I don't remember, a bump or shake or something. You can also change your control mode to be not using these at all, and you can just use your flippers with buttons. Depends on how you want to do it. So obviously board is all about using pieces, physical pieces with the digital media. So I really like touching them with the ships. That's kind of the whole point of dealing with physical pieces. I love it. So as you go then, you use your rest of your board arcade pieces, not ships, but the robots, and then you can also use the Thrasos pieces to create obstacles on the surface of the pinball table. So rotating your piece changes what the obstacle type is, and these are obstacles that you can score on as you're playing through the game. The more you hit them, you start to control them, and you rack up points by having control of them, and they also affect, of course, the balls physically, because that's obviously digital balls. We're not dealing with real metal balls here. So yeah, I can set these up right how I want. The more that you use, the more obstacles you can have, and of course if you have board plus Thrasos pieces is a good amount. If I have two boards, so I could actually put even more on there, because there's, as a board selling point, is there's unlimited touch points, unlimited contacts physically. So if I had all the pieces in the world, as long as they would fit on board, I can put them there. So you can switch, put some different bumper types. A little square over here. There's that. You can't put them, see this little, hopefully it'll come across on screen. There's this little semicircle across your area. You can't put any of your obstacles in that area. So no just shoving a little piece right there to protect your ball from being guttered. So there's a little, there's the spinner. here. Put another spinner somewhere. Alright. Where's the spinner? There we go, spinner. Okay. That's good enough for now. Of course you could put more and more obstacles on there, but yeah, I don't necessarily want to fill it up too much. So we can go. I've got the CPU ready, I've got my board set up, and I've got my flippers ready to do my stuff. So we go. So there you go, you got your digital ball. Try and hit my bumpers there. Oh, we got a score on the CPU. So you can see the colors of the bumpers are changing to show who has control of them. So he hit that, he's got control of that one. And you can see the scores happening as the CPU is smashing points and I'm smashing points. The longer I control these, I believe you get more score. John can definitely jump in and correct me if I'm wrong here. But we've got the score going and down here in the bottom as well. Some nice bumper effects and stuff. Oh man, got drained. I'm doing pretty well against this CPU. I love the little spinners. Okay, so now closer. I'm not sure exactly what drives the multi-balls. I think it may just be the closer you get to the end of the round. But John can correct me there again as well. So now we got 3 balls going. I'm getting really close to filling up my bar here. I'm not sure what the difference. Okay, yeah. So the difference between the colors of the balls was when the other player hit them, it changes to their color of ball. So when I hit them, they were blue. When he hit them, the ball was yellow. There we go. So then we can check the scoring. I won pretty good. So 1,004 to 298. It's pretty darn good. So you know, it'd be nice. I'd love to see some more challenging AI. So different AI levels, easy, medium, hard, or something like that. So far, I haven't actually played this with anybody else yet. I would love to have some time to actually play with other people to get that real other person challenge. So yeah, you can then change your mode, you can do a rematch. And it's a really cool concept that I've been really excited about. Love playing it on my own, can't wait to play it with some other people. And that's it. So that is Pinboard by John Burnhelm. So I'll link him, link his LinkedIn, and you can check out the game. So let's talk about then the Board Enthusiast Home app. So if you hadn't gotten your update on your board yet, Board has added a ability to launch our Sideloaded games. This is a super requested feature. I'm super excited that they've added it. This means that we don't have to now connect a PC with a cable and run BDB launch anymore. The only thing that's necessary for that is installing your games, so that still has to be done via the USB cable and an installation via the BDB install command. So the Sideloaded though, love seeing this. You're able to select what you want to play. You can uninstall if you need more storage, showing you how much storage you've got. Really great feature that just dropped in the latest release, and I'm super excited about it. So we will launch our BE home here. So this is not quite out yet in release, but it's as a preview for you. So this is the Board Enthusiast Home app, and you can see it's got a couple different features here. We've got a couple different buttons that are useful for you. The most useful probably is a Bluetooth button. So Board does have Bluetooth capability. It's not currently exposed via the OS, but it's exposed via the BE Home app right now. You can connect. You can see I've got my headphones connected. I've been really enjoying playing Board a lot, and my family doesn't necessarily enjoy hearing me playing Board with all the music. They want to watch TV and everything. So I've been able to connect my headphones. It's been really great for the kids when my nieces come over, for them to have their headphones on, so they're playing Mushka. I don't necessarily want to hear Mushka all the time. But yeah, so that's one option that we have, and there's the other options you can check out. So the big thing here though is our BE library, the game index. So this is going to be your way to connect with indie games, find out what's available from the indie space, and see what you can grab and install through BDB. So there's a nice search feature. You can search based on different criteria, what studios are going to be available, genres, how many players. There's the app kind that you can change, so there might, like Board at Home itself is not a game, it's a utility app, so you might be searching for things that way. And then you can see BE Home is on here. This is all just mock data at the moment, so this is to demonstrate the library and show you what's available, and how things are going to look. So we've got description, we've got the nice title card. There is the ability to sign in. You have accounts. If you sign in and sign up, you get the ability to specify what I've actually collected, what games that I have and own, and then also a wish list. So games will be on here and starting to be discovered. They may not yet be released, but you will be able to find them and wish list them if you're very interested in the game. And hopefully we can add a share button as well, so you can share it with your friends and your other board owners. So you go to a title page, go to the details, it's going to load up the full page. It'll show you the studio, and you can go to that studio's page, which then you can browse in a studio level, just see the games for that studio. And then you can push the get title button. I'm not going to do that right now because all the URLs that we have, they're just fake data, so it goes nowhere. But that's the main point, is that if you want the game, you can push get title. That'll take you to the indie developer's publisher. So wherever the indie developer may be hosting it, it could be itch.io, it could be Humble Bundle, it could be whatever. It might be their own website. So that, though, is where it will take you to get the title. You might have to pay for it. They may be offering it for free. It may be a demo, whatever. That link is where it's going to, or that button is going to take you to the link. You'll be able to download the game. So mostly the onboard app is going to be for discovery and browsing. Since we still have to download onto our PC and install through BDB, you don't want to download it onto board. You could, but there's not going to be a point to do that for the time being. So once you find the title, wishlist it, create an account so you can get signed in and wishlist it, and then go and download it on your PC and use BDB to install it. So there's a little back button for you to you can get back to where you need to be. And then there's an install guide here. If of course, board has their stuff, that the documentation for it. We've also got the offerings page that tells you all about the board enthusiast group, the ecosystem that we have going. There's lots available right now. You can see we have a YouTube channel. We've got a Discord that you can join. The Discord is for players and developers alike. It's all about connecting players to each other and connecting indie devs with their players and each other as well for support. If you like asking AI about stuff, you're curious about anything from a player or a developer perspective, we've got our Board Enthusiast GPT that is customized. It knows all the context of board documentation, both player and developer facing, and it also knows a lot about the Board Enthusiast ecosystem. Upcoming for devs, we have the BE emulator for board and the BE GDK for board. Emulator is a tool that allows you to, in the Unity editor, see what board does. Things like this, for example, your profile switcher. It's going to do that all for you in the Unity editor so that you don't have to build to board nearly as much in order to test things like your UI, your flows for adding players to your game, those kind of things. The BE GDK for board is all about being able to put a little bit of a higher level of abstraction on the GDK to improve some dev workflows, provide a little bit more flexibility and ergonomics around the APIs. It uses the board SDK, so you still have to have that externally. But yeah, it's lots of stuff to offer that we have to offer here. Would love for y'all to check it out and see what you think. I will share the links for both of these cases. I will share the links for John's pinboard game, and I will share the link for the Board Enthusiast Home app, all for you in the description. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm super excited. Lots of stuff happening, and can't wait to connect with all of you. Thanks.